Welcome to our daily reflection for this Tuesday, February 13th. And of course, today we have in the readings a choice. Jesus is going to warn about the leaven of the Pharisees and Herod versus true bread. And the disciples are going to struggle with understanding that. And then in the epistle of James, which we're reading through, he's going to always teach us practical wisdom here, James will, but he tells us about temptations. And that when we're really tempted, that temptation isn't coming from God trying to test us. That temptation really comes from our own heart and what we desire. It's our desires that lead us to temptation. If we didn't desire the wrong things, we wouldn't feel tempted. And so we have to understand that, James is saying. And so I think, we are tempted, tested, and enticed by our desires. But we have to desire the right things. And so whenever we feel a temptation, we have to realize I'm desiring something that God doesn't want me to have because it's not good for me. If I desire God and the right things in the right way, I won't be tempted. And so temptation is always about purifying our desires. Jesus says, if we're going to follow him, deny yourself, pick up your cross, and follow me. But notice the first condition of following Jesus is denying ourselves. And what does that mean? Denying our selfish desires. If we can do that, as James says, blessed is he who perseveres through temptation, for when he has proven, that is, he's made it through the testing, he will receive the crown of life. My friends, temptation and testing is going to be par for the course for us. We're going to have to endure temptation and trials, but through them we persevere and we beg God, give me the grace, Lord, to not succumb to this temptation so that my heart and my desiring may be purified and that I may love you above all things. And if we love God above all things, nothing will really tempt us away from God. And that's the beauty of it, right? And that's so powerful. And so Jesus warns about the leaven of the Pharisees and of Herod. In other words, leaven is what puffs up the bread. And during the time of unleavened bread, you have a simple bread. So Jesus is saying, have a simplicity of heart. Seek God and his will, and not your own desires, and not the desires of the world. And you will live a pure life, and you won't have hard hearts. And so that's the goal for today. So let's reflect on the desires of our heart and ask God to give us the strength to persevere, to desire him above and his will above all things. And then all things and nothing will tempt us away from God, right? May the Lord bless and keep you.
This daily reflection is brought to you thanks to the generous support of the Mission Circle. Join the Mission Circle to help Catholics worldwide understand, live, and share their faith. Sign up at missioncircle.org today.